This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Jim Schaller.
Welcome, good neighbors, to episode number 32 of the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. Today we have good neighbor Zach Weidemeyer from North Naples, Peepet. Zach, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
Hey, pleasure. Always good to get to know people out here in the community. So why don't we just jump right in, and why don't you share a little bit about what you guys do there?
So what I do is we own a gym. It's called North Naples Peepet. We offer 30-minute HIIT-style training classes, and we specialize in fat loss and muscle build. And we get all kinds of data as far as, where are you at right now and how do we take you from where you want to be.
Nice. Now, how did you get involved in that to start with?
I've been doing it for about 8 years now, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do out of high school. Worked for my parents for a little bit, and no, I did not want to clean carpet and tile and furniture for the rest of my life. That's for some people, but it really just wasn't for me and what I wanted to do. And I always enjoyed working out. I didn't actually think it could be a job, and it turned out that it can be.
See, that's it. You follow your passions and what you love to do, and it's amazing how it works out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now, did you grow up playing sports, or?
I did. So I grew up playing sports my whole life, played some basketball, played some football, and then I really kind of fell in love with wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I wrestled for a little bit, and then I really dug into jiu-jitsu, and losing weight it almost sounds sarcastic saying this, but like losing weight's actually pretty easy once you put your mind to it. And I really enjoyed that weight cutting process for jiu-jitsu. So that's why I kind of really got into the gym game.
Very nice. Yeah, it is a process, right? Some people find it a little bit more difficult than others, but if you know, I guess, the science behind it and what you actually need to be doing and focusing on, I'm assuming it becomes a lot easier.
Oh, absolutely. And once I figured that all out, I was like, oh, this is a lot easier than I think people give it credit for.
Right. So are there any myths or misconceptions within the industry as far as weight loss is concerned, or programs surrounding weight loss?
I guess one that I would argue is that a calorie is not just a calorie. Protein does something different in your body than fat does, and fat does something different than carbs do. While they all might be calories, they all do different things to your body, and we need them all. They're all necessary. They all contribute in different ways to our health. But if we're talking fat loss and fat loss specifically, a calorie is not just a calorie.
It's because a lot of people will say it's calories in, calories out, right? As far as working out.
Yeah, and I guess my argument to that would be like, all right, eat just straight fat. What do you think is going to happen?
Right.
You're going to gain fat because that's all you're eating.
That can't be good for you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it cannot be. You can't just have one. You got to have a multitude of all of them. But once you figure out that mathematical equation, and I mean, that's where we come to the picture. We teach you something that personally I think should be taught in schools. Unfortunately, it's not. I think we deal with food every day of our lives, but we don't know the impact that it actually has on our overall levels of health. So maybe it'll get taught in schools one day, but until then, here we are helping people out in their lives.
Yeah, and I agree. It's as if more people knew, what was involved in it. I think they were more conscious, more aware, and healthier because of it.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just eating right or just working out. It's a combination of both in a way, right?
Oh, yeah. And I always tell people, like, your food is either a blessing or a curse for your body and your health. The cool part is you get to choose.
Now, do you do any teaching as far as diets are concerned within your programs?
Teaching as far as diets are concerned. So we provide people with nutrition plans.
Okay.
And we help them figure out, hey, okay, this is your goal. This is how much protein you should be eating a day. You should be having around this many carbs and fats in a day. And if you stick within this, we're probably going to see some results. But if you don't stick with it, we don't know what's working, what's not working. You got to give it a little time. And that's most people's challenge, is they just don't have the faith to follow through sometimes. And that's where we come in. We coach you on, we cheer you on, and we want to see you follow through so you get the results you want. And that makes me happy. That lights me up.
Yep. I love that. So what type of people are coming into your gym? Is it younger people, older people, a mix of everything?
It's a mix of everything. I would say our typical demographic is going to be anywhere between 25 and 55 years of age. We do have some older. We do have older than that. We do have some younger than that. But that's probably about the average for us, is in between those.
Nice.
Yeah.
We've all been through some type of challenge or hardship in our life that's maybe defined or put us where we are today. Is there something that happened along your journey that maybe you'd like to share and help kind of shape you into who you are?
A big time challenge for myself.
It could be this, yeah.
I mean, before I got into the gym game, I worked for my parents. I did carpet cleaning. I delivered pizza at Domino's. What else? I was working at Tropical Smoothie for a little bit, and I did real estate for a little bit, and none of those things made me happy. So I had to kind of figure out, like, if work's going to take up a large portion of your life on a day-to-day basis, you better do something that you enjoy. At least that's my belief system, is do something that you enjoy. And I bounce around from odd jobs just trying to make some money. And, yeah, sure, I made a little bit of money, but it wasn't enjoyable. And then once I finally figured out this gym thing, this fitness thing, I was like, people actually care about this. Like, they would pay me to help them do this. Oh, I actually enjoy this. I think it was just that weird time in my life where I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Exactly. When it's like you said, it's a mentality thing too, because I'm sure when you're happy doing what you're doing work wise, your stress is reduced, and in turn, it makes you healthier and more aware as well too.
Yeah, and I mean, you can question, should I do this? Should I do that? At a certain point, you just gotta try something and do it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at least you tried.
Well, exactly. Well, like you said, it's like finding a career path. You've got to find what works for you in your situation and stick to that. You've got to enjoy doing it if you're going to be doing it every day, whether it's eating right or working out right.
100%.
Yeah.
No other way in my mind.
Exactly. So what do you like to do outside of your free time?
Right? Besides working out.
Yeah. Right. Yep. I'm sure you're outside. We live in Southwest Florida.
Yeah, I like to take my dog for a walk every now and then. He likes that. He likes to be outside. He's a Labrador. His name is Thor. So take him on walks. I mean, if I'm not doing that, maybe, I don't know, fantasy football at this time of the year. That is one of my side passion projects.
That's a love-hate thing, right?
It is definitely a love-hate thing. Was not a fan of yesterday afternoon's games.
Oh boy, that's not good. You find yourself rooting for the other team sometimes. It's like, I love the Dallas Cowboys, but I find myself rooting against them because I got a player on the other team.
Yeah, I know the feeling. They're like, no, not that guy, not him.
Exactly. Why'd you throw it to him? But so are you from here originally? This area?
Yeah, my parents are both from Ohio, but I'm from Florida originally. Yes.
Nice. So you didn't have to work your way down here like most of us other people had to do.
I know.
So my parents are not being born down here.
One of the few from here. I'll take it.
That's good. It's hard to find natives nowadays. Exactly. So is there some other are there other things going on with North Naples Peepet that you'd like to share with our listeners that maybe they should know?
I would say in the next few months here, we got some really exciting stuff happening. So at the end of the year, we always go out and we'll sponsor a few kids and we'll put on an awesome Christmas for them. So that's going to be happening. We kind of start our fundraiser for that in November. And whatever funds we raise, we go out and we sponsor. We just go to the school and we talk to the guidance counselor there. Hey, we're looking to sponsor like 5 kids. So we sponsored 5 kids last year. I really hope that we can double it and do 10 kids this year. I think that'd be really cool. It was just our first year of business last year. So we got some more people in the door. So maybe people contribute in other ways or maybe give a little bit more this year. I don't know. We'll find out. But I would love to sponsor 10 kids for their Christmas this year. I think that'd be a really cool thing.
That's great. That's great. And a great way to give back to the community. We all live here, so we all need to be supporting each other and helping each other out. And I love that you guys do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, especially last year because of Ian, a lot of people lost everything. I mean, I think when people lost their houses and, the roofs and they had all these financial burdens and obligations, a lot of people probably didn't think that the kids maybe lost some things along their way too, because a Nintendo game system in the face of somebody losing their house, well, the house is the big thing, and Nintendo is, a lot smaller, but to that kid, that's a big thing for that kid. I remember when I was 10, I didn't care about anything else but like my Game Boy.
Right. Yeah, because you're not looking at the big picture at that young. You're just looking at, how do I spend my time? Where are my friends?
Yeah.
Nice.
And you can't expect them to think any different. They're 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were all there, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that matters in the world.
Yeah. Sounds silly, but it's kind of true.
It's true, and it's great that you're able to give back and help them, because I think a lot of people forget about them too, because they are supporting the people that have lost their homes, but they don't realize that there are families behind those homes as well.
Yeah. Weird timing here last year in Florida.
Yes, but it seems like we're moving forward slowly, but at least we're moving in the right direction down here.
Yeah, and if we could take something negative and boost some positivity behind it, heck yeah, I would take the opportunity to.
Absolutely. So how would our listeners go about getting a hold of you?
They can reach out to us on social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram, or they can always give us a call. Our line is 239-218-3908, or just send me an email, pfitzach@gmail.com. Either way works.
It all works. They're very good.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time today. It was a pleasure getting to know you, and we'll see you out there in the community soon.
Thanks for having me, Jim. I appreciate your time, man.
All right. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com. Or call 239-296-2621.